Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Monday to everyone. Happy Monday to everyone. Salute, 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 salute everybody in the chat. Salute, salute. I just want to come on here and address a few things. Now, I know a lot of people have been, DMing me and, hitting me up on Facebook Messenger, wanting me to go in on the Tide fan base. I did it a little bit Saturday night in the post-game show, but they really, really want me to go in on them. And I am. But first things first, I got some business I want to conduct here real quick, fast. All right. There's some things I want to address. And there are a couple of you dog fans that have been like, messaging me on Facebook and comment under some of my posts, basically saying, "Are you really a DAWGS fan? Are you really a DAWGS fan? Why are you critiquing the team? Why are you critiquing?" First of all, and it's laughable because some of you that's doing this crap, that's making these dumb comments, I've been a fan longer than you've been alive. Okay? I was a UGA fan when a lot of you was still swimming in your pop's nutsacks. Okay? Don't come questioning my fanhood. Don't come question me. Listen, when I was born, the nurse down at Greater Hospital, she wrapped a UGA blanket around me shortly after I came out of my mother's womb. So when I tell you I am 100% red, white, and black, DAWGS for life, lifelong DAWGS fan, trust and believe it. See the difference between me and a lot of you, and I'm going to go ahead and say a lot of you Disney dog clowns, I just have higher expectations for my team. Okay, just because and here, let me give y'all some advice. Okay, quit questioning other fan, other UGA dog fans' fan loyalty. Quit doing that. Just because your bar is set lower, your expectations are not as high as mine, does not make you more of a DAWGS fan than me. I just wanted to address that here real quickly. All right. But today's subject is the DAWGS offense is still a work in process. I have receipts to back this up. DAWGS offense is still a work in process. We're getting there. We're getting there, but we're not there yet. But I'm going to address it here today. I'm Armando Black, and this is the Dog Call. Welcome. This is the Dog Call. I'm your host, Armando Black. I want to start by saying thank you all for coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And also, at the conclusion of this video, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know, how do you feel? Do you think the DAWGS office is still a work in process? Do you think it still needs a lot of work? Or are you satisfied with the way the offense performed against Auburn and the direction that the offense is going? Now, let me start off by saying I am happy with the way the offense is going. All right, it was a big improvement on Saturday, a big improvement. The running game improved a lot against a good, stout Auburn defense, some fast linebackers, and we were able to move the ball on the ground on that Auburn defense. That if you've been watching Auburn this year, then you will know that Auburn defense is no slouch. That was a darn good test that we needed, and we were able to see how good this run game could be if we stick to what we do, and that is run the ball. All right. And you know, and a lot of dog casters, they really don't like going in on players. They really have this this thing about players should be off limits, where this is not 2014. They're kids, but they're getting grown man salary. All right. So I am going to speak on them and critique them like I will critique an NFL player or any other grown adult when it comes to work performance. Okay, so here we go. And this is no shade at this young man, all right, because he's done great. He recovered from an injury. He recovered from what a lot of players, it would have been a career-ending injury, but he came back. He's putting forth an effort. But Branson Robinson should not be starting in front of Nate Frazier. I'm just going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Literally, he should not be starting in front of Nate Frazier. Nate Frazier, it doesn't matter what order you do it in. ETN, Frazier. You know, it's one of the two that's going to be your number one running back. Frazier, from what I've observed, Frazier, he can kill you in multiple ways. All right, he can catch out the backfield. He can hit you straight ahead. He can run over you, around you, and through you. All right, we haven't had a running back like that since Kenny McIntosh. That's the last time we had a running back like that. Trevor Etienne is more like a slasher. He can run around you, but he's not really going to run through you. We saw that in Tuscaloosa, where when they started loading the box, he wasn't able to actually move the pile like the way we saw McIntosh, Zeus, DeAndre Swift had that ability. And Nick Chubb had that ability. When I think about Trevor Etienne, I think about Sonny Michel. He can run around you. He can gas you. He can just outrun you, flat out outrun you, because he has that type of speed in the open field. Nate Frazier can take it up the gut, and he can literally run over you. Even though he's a smaller guy, he's a small guy in stature. But the kid will run you over. As we saw, Saturday in the Auburn game, he was running those Auburn DBs and those Auburn linebackers over. This kid, I mean, for his size, he's hella strong. He's hella strong. He's stronger than what he looks. That's for damn sure. But I like that we were able to establish the run. And a lot of that had to do with, you have to go back to what happened in the second half in Tuscaloosa. The word is out. Carson Beck can carve you up down the middle. down the field. He actually has a deep ball. He proved that in Tuscaloosa. The problem is, and I think what the problem is, Bobo, and I'm not knocking him, I'm not bashing Bobo, because Lord knows he's getting enough of that from the Georgia media and especially the Georgia fans. What I would say with Mike Bobo is, you're not aggressive enough. You gotta be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more creative. All of this, it's like you're being too predictable. You need what you did in the second half of that Bama game. You need to do that more often. I would suggest going more up tempo. It's obvious we don't have the elite tap at receiver that we've had in the last 3-4 years. We don't have that. So when you don't have that, to make up for that, to complement for that, you must create ways to put the ball in the end zone, to score touchdowns, which means you go up tempo and you be a little bit more aggressive in play calling. Let me give you an example. Vanderbilt's offensive coordinator, Clark Lee, okay? He was aggressive. Then see, the thing is, when you're coaching, you coach to win. You don't coach not to lose. You coach to win. That's what you do, especially when you don't have elite talent. You have to coach to win, which means is you use what you have and you go on ahead and you matriculate the ball down the field at a fast pace, at a fast rate. You have to strategize. You have to outmaneuver the guy on the other side. You have to outmaneuver the defensive coordinator. Kane Womack was getting his butt handed to him. It was a chess game Saturday. It was a chess game between Vanderbilt's OC and Kane Womack. Something that Mike Bobo should have been able to do. All right. So a lot of people say, well, why are you coming down so hard? Because I know what this team is capable of. None of you can tell me that Vanderbilt has more weapons and more talent on their team than Georgia. How many of you believe that Vanderbilt has more talent on offense than Georgia? I'll wait. Because if any of you say yes, you will be lying. They don't have better talent. So you mean to tell me Cedric Alexander is a better running back than Trevor Etienne? Cedric Alexander is a better running back than Trevor Etienne. So you mean to tell me that Johnson, the Johnson kid for Vanderbilt, is better than Dylan Bell, Arian Smith, or Kobe Young? You mean to tell me that Vanderbilt's O-line is better than our O-line? I beg to differ. You mean to tell me Clark Lee is a better coach than Kirby Smart? I beg to differ. You see, there's a disconnect. There is a disconnect, okay? There's a disconnect, and it has to change. And it has to change before we go to Austin. Here's why. Texas is on a whole nother level than Auburn. Every time we touch that ball when we play Texas, our goal is we need to score. For all the talent that we have this year, it's a damn shame that we ranked in the top 10 in scoring, but we're ranked 49th in points per drive. That's a disconnect. That's a problem. That means that there's suspect play calling. That means that plays are being called at the wrong time. What you mean by that, Armando? This is what I mean by. On first down, handing the ball off to Branson Robinson, in my opinion, is not a good idea. If you're going to choose to run on first down, you need to let it be Frazier or NTN because they're going to give you positive yards. The goal on first down is to get positive yards. You do not want negative yardage. You don't want negative yardage, all right? Branson Robinson, I would more so use him on third and short situations, like 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and 2. I would use him in those situations. But on 1st and 10, I'm having ETN or I'm having Nate Frazier back there in the backfield. Because those two, they present multiple problems for defensive coordinators. You can hand the ball, they can gas you on the ground, and they can also gas you in the air. They can catch out the backfield. So you don't really know what's coming. So you have to keep the defense honest. But if you have Branson Robinson back there on first down, we know the defensive coordinator knows 9 times out of 10, and knowing how conservative Mike Bobo is with his play calling, they know 9 times out of 10 it's a running play. That's why teams are loading the box up on Georgia. Now, let's go back to that point I just made. Auburn did not load the box up on Georgia. Second, Auburn was rushing with they were playing 3 down linemen, and they were still somewhat getting penetration. All right, they were still somewhat getting penetration, which leads me to my next issue on the offense. That O-line. Now, Green got a little banged up. The person that came in and relieved Green did a great job. Michael Morris is doing a great job over there holding up his end, replacing Ratledge. I think the backup center, Bobo's son, is doing a pretty good job. But it's one person that needs to get his ish together. And I mean, he needs to get it together fast. You've been screwing up all year long. I haven't really called you out, but I'm going to get on you here today. Xavier Truss, you are a 5-year senior. And that crap that was happening on the field Saturday should not be happening to a 5th-year senior, 2-time national champion winner. What was the purpose of you coming back? What was the purpose of you returning when you're still making the same mistakes that you were making back in 2020? You're still making the same damn mistakes that you were making back in 2020. False starts, chop block, hands to the face, belly flopping. I mean, just ridiculous. Something that a 5th-year senior should not be, mistakes that a 5th-year senior should not be making. Now I can understand if you were a freshman or a sophomore or a first time or redshirt sophomore, and you're starting. This is maybe like your 5th start of your career. But man, you have been a 5th. You've been starting. You've been in the starting rotation for 5 years. 5 years. So that's why I'm not taking it easy. I'm not taking it easy on it, especially when it comes to Carson Beck. Some people say, oh, you're being too hard on Carson Beck. No. You're getting grown man money now. You're riding around in a Lamborghini. You're flying around in jets. All right. You're making grown man money. You can get grown man critiquing. All right. You get grown man critiquing. Now, I don't know what you do after practice. I don't know what you do like when practice is over and you have some little spare time or whatever. But you might want to spend a little bit more time with just ask one of the receivers, Arian Smith. I'm quite sure he wouldn't mind. Arian Smith, Dylan Bell, one of them. You all go to the stadium or go to the practice field and practice some deep routes and get more accurate on your deep balls. Now, although you're starting to improve and it started in Tuscaloosa, it still needs some work. Now, the problem is, once again, just like at Xavier Trust, you a fifth-year senior, Carson Beck. You a fifth-year senior. This right here, the deep ball, you should have this down pat. It's a shame that Diego Pavia had better accuracy and played a better game against Bama than you did. I don't give a damn about no yards. It took you 50 attempts to put up 400 passing yards. It shouldn't be like that. Diego Pavia ran Vanderbilt's offense against that same Tide defense way better than you. And you are a fifth-year senior, two-time national champion. You sat behind JT Daniels and Stetson Bennett. Two players, in my opinion, that had a hell of a deep ball. So you had plenty of time to learn. Hell, Tom Monken was your offensive coordinator for 2 years. I'm sorry, for 3 years. You had Tom Monken, a quarterback guru. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. This DAWGS offense, I admit, I was pleased with what I saw Saturday. It's trending in the right direction. But the 19th is right around the corner. The 19th is right around the corner. All right? And this offense is still a work in progress. Because trust me and believe, on the 19th, down in Austin, in front of their 100,000 plus fans, and they're going to be loud. They are going to be loud on the 19th. We're going to have to put up some points. In order to win that game and to beat Texas, we're going to have to put up some points. Because this defense is not pitching shutouts like it was back in 2021 and 2022 and in flashes last year. This defense is not pitching shutouts like that. This defense is not pitching shutouts like that. Have you seen, now, although we only gave up 13 points to Auburn, but still, I'm noticing a lot of things. We're not setting the edge, and we're missing too many damn tackles. Too many tackles. We're getting dumb penalties. But the one bright spot on our defense is Dan Jackson in that secondary. Dan Jackson is playing his tail off this season. And I hope the NFL general managers are paying attention, because that kid right there is the prime example. See, players like Dan Jackson and Diego Pavia, they're the prime example that those stars behind those kids' names don't mean a damn thing when it comes to between the white lines. Them stars don't mean a damn thing. Them stars go out the window. It's all about this right here. It's all about heart. It's all about heart. And players like Diego Pavia and Dan Jackson, Stetson Bennett, it's that heart. And I could throw Lad McConkey in there as well. He was a 3-star. He didn't really get many offers. But where is he now? He's out with the Chargers. He's in the NFL playing with the Chargers, balling out, and could possibly win Rookie of the Year at the rate he's going. So shout out to Dan Jackson. He's been playing his tail off. He's been the one bright spot in that secondary. Malachi Starks, hey, he had a great game against Clemson. Hell of a catch. But since then, son, he kind of regressed a little. Kentucky game, missing tackles. Bama, missed tackles and that Williams kid was making you look silly half the night. And Saturday, you missed a couple of tackles and got ran over one time by Jarquez Hunt. I think it's a situation where you was hyped up so much in the off season. Now you kind of reading your own press clippings. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So we are still a work in progress. We are still a work in progress. Am I down in my team? No. I expect more of my team. The bar has been raised. The bar was raised in Indy. The bar was raised a year later after Indy in LA. Two-time defending national champion. 42-game win, regular season win streak. And currently a 28-game home win streak. So any of you that have a problem with me expecting more out of my team, then what the hell should I expect? Oh, for them to be mediocre? This is not 10 years ago. This is not 2014 when you would be glad to beat Auburn or when you would be glad to beat Florida. No, I expect this team to beat Auburn. I expect this team to beat Florida. I expect this team to beat Mississippi State. Because this team and this coaching staff are bringing in elite talent. We're on another level now. We have trophies in the trophy case now. SEC titles and national titles. The trophy case looks totally different now than it did in 2014. So guess what? My expectations are different than it was in 2014. All right? So for those of you that are criticizing me for critiquing, giving my honest evaluation and critique of this team, I don't mean any harm. It's just that I want what's best for this team. And I feel like this team could do a whole lot better. Because looking at what we have coming later in the season, guess what? They're going to have to do better. And on that note, I want to thank everyone for coming out and joining me here on the Dog Call. That was a great win. Congratulations to the UGA Bulldogs on a great win Saturday against the Auburn Tigers. We have Mississippi State coming up this Saturday. And I just want to say something. Some fans are getting upset with Kirby for calling out the fans for not being enthused or not being loud or whatever. Let me tell you something. I don't give a damn if we were playing Mercer. I don't give a damn if we were playing Youngstown State or Nicholls State. It is a blessing to be a Georgia Bulldog fan today. Ask Florida fans, would they like to be where they are, or would they like to trade places with us? Ask Georgia Tech fans, would they like to trade places with us? Our success, we cannot get cocky, complacent, and start taking it for granted. Remember where a lot of you like to bring up, remember where we were 10 years ago. Remember where we were 10 years ago, where we were wishing that we had a team that could make it to the playoffs, where we were wishing that we could play for national titles. Hell, 10 years ago, we hadn't played for a national title since the 80s. So we as Georgia fans should be glad to be able to go to Sanford Stadium, look up at the top of the stadium and see those 2 national championship banners, those 2 SEC championship banners that Kirby has brought here since he's been here. And that the man asked us to show up and show out and make more noise. It don't have to be against an elite team. And I heard Uncle Lou's rant. I disagree with you, Uncle Lou. I totally disagree with you. You of all people should know what it's like to watch your team go 7-5 or 8-4. Remember those days? Do you remember those days? Now we are consistently in the top 5 damn near every week, winning national titles or whatever. Now we only cheer, or we only make noise. We only cheer and we only make noise as if we're playing against Tennessee or Clemson or Bama or an elite team. No, it don't work like that. A real fan gonna show up and show out regardless of who it is. It could be Bama, it could be Texas, it could be Tennessee, it could be Ole Miss. Or it could be Georgia Southern. It could be Kennesaw State. It could be Ball State. It don't matter. Tennessee Tech, it don't matter. It's a privilege to be a part of this and to be able to witness this. There were people that lived to be old or didn't even get a chance to see this happen. There were some people that came in this world and God rest their soul, left here early and left before 2021 and didn't get a chance to see none of this happen. So count your blessings. Some of you fans that is all high and mighty and privileged, pipe that down. Pipe that down. Remember where we were 10 years ago. This program was in the dumpster 10 years ago. 10 years ago, let's not forget. How we was losing to Georgia Tech. How we lost to Vandy during that time. And how it took us, 3 overtimes to beat Georgia Southern. Let's not forget them days now. Let's not forget the losing streak, the 3-4 game losing streak we had against Florida. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget the Ray Goff days, the Ray Goff years, and the Dunning years, where we could only dream about beating Florida or Tennessee. Those two games were guaranteed L's. Come in the season, just pencil them in for losses automatically. Cherish these days and cherish these moments. This is a great time to be a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs. It's a great time to witness all of this. We're witnessing something that this program has never done before until now. Cherish it. Cherish it. Because we don't know how long this thing can last. You never know. We don't know how long this thing can last. So, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And on that note, everyone, hit that like button on your way out. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Are we still a work in progress? Are you satisfied where we are offensively? Or do you think there's still a lot of more work to be done? Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Bama fans, I ain't forgot about you. I'm coming back with another video drop, and I'm going to light you up. Now, you know what? I'm going to give you Bama fans something that you need. I'm going to give you some real talk. Because you see, Kangaroo Black and those other tide casters, they're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to brush this vanity thing under the rug and make you think everything is okay. But I'm going to give you some real talk. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened Saturday. So stay tuned for my next video. Everyone, love, peace, and blessings. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. This has been the Dawg Call. And like I always say, before I go dogs, stick 'em. Woo, 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 woo.